Welcome back to Neo Soul Secrets, where today we're going to talk about how to make emotional chord progressions just using this one trick. So most producers, when they're writing in soulful genres like pop, lo-fi, hip-hop, R&B, or any kind of soulful vibe, a really common chord progression is the minor 4-5-1. And just like that, it would sound like this. And that's completely fine. There's so many songs that do just that, and sometimes that's the right emotional quality for that. Now there's a couple things we could do to like spice that up a little bit more, right? We can add the colors to it. So like make it a minor 11 chord, make it an altered chord, make it a minor 9 chord, and that's all cool, and I talk about that in a lot of different videos, and if you like those voicings, you can actually just like rewind this video and cop those voicings. But I want to talk about a way that we can actually lighten this up, because when we hear this chord progression, it's relatively dark, it's relatively sad. And one way that we could bring a slightly different emotion out of this is simply by making that one chord major. So instead of playing D flat minor 7, we'll play D flat major 7. Already that sounds really cool, but let's see how this would sound in context. So if I simply play this same exact progression, but I only change the last chord, let's experience what happens. Isn't that so nice? I could literally do this with any chord progression that's in minor. I could just make that one chord a major. And I could do it every time. I could do it just here and there. It really just depends on the emotion I'm going for and how it sounds within the song. But let's just take one more example to see how it would look like if I did it every single time. So let's take this chord progression here as an example. This is a very common chord progression among all popular styles of music. It's 1, flat 6, 4, and 5. So if I were to just chord these out with no rhythm and no really fancy voicings, just so we can hear exactly how it sounds, we have 1, flat 6, 4, 5. Now, if I wanted to make it a little bit more my style, and let's say maybe like some poppy, kind of upbeat, happier vibes, right? I hope you guys can hear the drums that I'm hearing. That sounds really cool. But if I wanted to make this a little bit happier, I can use that same trick I did, and instead of playing the 1 as a minor chord, I can simply play the 1 as a major chord. And you can see just by doing that one thing, that already sounded cool. You can already imagine how it's gonna sound in the chord progression. So with that same rhythm, let's see how it sounds. I'm actually gonna start with the regular version. I'm gonna play that twice in a row, and then I'm gonna swap that for this C major version. Let's switch it up. Sounds awesome, right? So we can see that in this more poppy thing and this darker R&B thing, when you're in a minor key, making that one chord a major 7 chord instead of playing it minor gives a little bit of a lighter emotion to your chords and spruces up the progression and brings some excitement, whether you decide to do it every single time as we did on the more pop example, or whether you decide to do it just here and there as we did on this example. If you want to learn how to get your voicings up so that you can play this stuff with a little more ease instead of banging your head over the music theory around it, check out my free masterclass below on my approach to playing this more soulful advanced harmony in a way that makes it super simple and easy to apply. If you like how this sounds, do yourself a favor and apply this today. Literally apply it in your productions. Try to write a couple ideas using this trick, because you can watch this YouTube video and you can learn and say, oh, that sounds really good. But if you do nothing with it, nothing changes in your life. So apply this tip, start making a beat with it, start writing a song with it, start messing around with it, even if it's just on the piano. And that's how you're gonna start getting these sounds under your fingers and in your ears and into your tracks without having to force it. My name is Bruce Beats. Much love. I'll see you on the next one.